You know, when I started to transition, I thought that everything is just going to fix itself, okay? That it's going to fix me, that it's going to fix my life, especially when getting on testosterone and getting all the surgeries done. But I was wrong. I was wrong. Because I was counting too much basically on T and counting too much on the surgeries to change my life. But the crucial part that I have not changed, well, back then, was my mindset, my attitude, and basically the person that I was. I was still living with the same personality, with the same attitude towards life, towards myself. I still had barely any self-love for myself. Of course, T helped a lot. Having all those changes and feeling more home inside my body. And the surgeries helped even more. Okay, especially top surgery and then bottom surgery, to basically feel more like myself. I changed my outer appearance, but I didn't change what was going inside of me. And that is the most common mistake that I see people who are transitioning basically do. They think that hormones and surgeries are going to fix everything for them. Well, I'm not saying that it cannot do this, okay? It certainly can. You will definitely feel better because it will just obviously give you the changes that you want. You know, your outer appearance is going to change. You are going to feel more comfortable with yourself. You are going to feel more like yourself. But if you are still struggling with mental health stuff, okay, like I did, I was still struggling with anxiety, I was still struggling with depression, and I still barely had any love or respect for myself. And when I went through bottom surgery, guys, these were 8 total surgeries. Okay, I had complications, things just went wrong, and I didn't feel good during that time. I got really depressed and I let myself go. I gained a lot of weight. I was actually at my heaviest. I didn't feel confident or comfortable anymore in my body because I just gave myself up completely. I lived in constant fear, a fear of basically, oh my God, is something else going to happen? Do I require another surgery? So every time I was out of the clinic and at home, I would literally panic every time I would see something on my D that just looked weird, you know, or was a little bit different than it was before. So I was living with a lot of anxiety around this. But then I came to a point where I was like, yo, you are literally doing this to yourself. And I looked back at my whole transition and I was like, okay, what did I do and what did I not do? Well, I did everything I could to change my outer appearance. But the most important thing that I didn't do was to work on my mindset, on my attitude and my inner world, okay, whatever is going inside of me. And it kind of felt like I found the missing puzzle piece. Because the whole time during my transition and throughout all of these years, I thought, yo, what the fuck am I doing wrong? What is missing? Because there was still something missing. And I realized, yo, the one thing that is missing is basically just me working on my own happiness, on the love I have for myself. Because I always felt like I wasn't enough. So even after each surgery, I felt like I was still not enough. And at times I felt completely lost in life, not really knowing who I am. But once I realized this, and once I started to work on my mindset, things changed. And they changed very quickly. Obviously, I started putting more work towards my body, like going to the gym. But it wasn't just for my body, you know, it wasn't just about losing weight and building muscle. It was also about building discipline. and building a mindset that I can really relate to and that I really want to have. And I always wanted to be that guy who has the discipline to watch his nutrition, to go to the gym, to basically do the hard things, to get out of my comfort zone, because I stayed in my comfort zone for way too long. Probably for about 27 years of my life, I just stayed in my comfort zone all the time. And I knew I needed to get out of that in order for me to grow, in order for me to build that mindset that I was looking for. And that's exactly basically what I've done. And the way I went about this, well, probably like most people do when they get into self-development, is watching YouTube videos, is reading books. And don't get me wrong, I've been doing that stuff already for longer, but I never really applied it. I was just consuming information instead of applying it to my own life. Instead of taking what I've learned and making it work somehow. So the thing that I did differently during this past year is to stop only consuming information. I would read books, okay? I'm reading now more than ever. I'm barely watching even any TV because I constantly read books. And if I watch YouTube or something else, I always just watch something that I want to learn, you know? Because I want to grow more. I want to become better every single day. It's not just about going to the gym or watching your nutrition. It's also about who you are going to become during this process. And when I think back, or I even rewatch my old YouTube videos, okay, I don't recognize myself anymore. I'm like, in 1 year, I've grown so much, and it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me what can actually happen when you actually say, you know what, I'm going to lock in. Because I'm sick of myself, I'm sick of my attitude, I'm sick of my personality. I want to become someone else. And I have become someone completely else. Like, seriously, if you go back and just watch my YouTube videos from like a year or 2 years ago, there's something different about me. There's something different about my energy. There's something different about the way I speak. There's something different about my confidence. And this is another thing. When you start putting in the work, when you start getting out of your comfort zone, you are building so much confidence. And that, guys, this is a great feeling, okay? And to go back to my transition, of course, when I started tea, my confidence grew a little bit. But I still had that voice in my head, at the back of my head, that was telling me, you are not enough. This is not enough. And it was also telling me that I'll never be a real man, okay? I had so much dysphoria, and it was killing me. It was killing me. Even though I was on T and I had the surgeries, but that voice in my head just didn't stop until I shut it up. And I finally did it. Because now I know who I am. I see myself as a real man, okay? I see myself as enough, even more than enough. I have so much to offer. I fully trust myself now. I have the respect for myself and I love myself. And that is a feeling that no one can take away from you, okay? No matter what anyone else is going to say to you. Like, I get hate. I'm present on social media, okay? I get comments like, oh, you will forever be a woman, whatever, okay? But it doesn't bother me anymore. It doesn't. Because I know my worth. I know who I am. No one can take this away from me. Basically, guys, you just need to respect yourself enough to work on yourself.